Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my perfume collection video, and I've had quite a few of you guys ask me to put a video like this together, but I held off on doing it for the longest time because in my opinion I am not the most knowledgeable when it comes to perfumes. I can't pick out any specific notes in a perfume. A lot of the terminology when it comes to perfumes is kind of foreign to me, but I decided that, you know what, I'm going to do this video because at least I can tell you guys what I think the perfume smells like, and if you like the type of perfumes that I do, which I do tend to gravitate towards fruity florals, but I do have a bunch of other ones that don't fall into that category in my collection too. So I figured if you're maybe considering any of these perfumes, if you like the same type of scents that I do, hopefully you enjoy this video. And I do have a little bit of a collection going on here. So I have everything over here, which it's really heavy. I almost dropped a few of them when I was taking the thumbnail photo. Hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. So since it's currently winter where I am, I'm going to start with all of the scents that I usually wear in the winter first. And the first I'm going to start off with is a very classic scent, and it's the number 5 perfume from Chanel. So this is very strong indeed. It definitely has a very, very strong powdery scent to it, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't particularly like this sprayed directly on me, so what I usually use this for is I will just loosely spritz the drawer where I keep my scarves in, and once the scent kind of settles down a little bit, it actually smells really nice in my opinion. So when I'm wearing my scarves, I can just catch little whiffs of the scent, and I don't think it's too strong by that point that people from a mile away can smell this on me, because this can be very overpowering. Sometimes I feel like even if I just spritz one spritz on myself and I just head out the door right away, even that can be a little bit intense. I'm glad I have it in my collection, but as you can see, I really haven't used this all that much. So the kind of more wearable alternative in my opinion is this one right here, which is the Gucci Guilty scent. And this one does have also a powdery scent to it. It's nowhere near as overpowering as the number 5 from Chanel. And I would say that this kind of reminds me of any candles that you might have that have kind of like an amber type of scent to it. So definitely perfect for the winter, and this just smells so sophisticated. Think if you had some type of cocktail party or any type of special occasion, this would be a great scent to wear for it. It's just very elegant and it's a go-to whenever I have holiday parties. So definitely a great one for the winter. And the only other perfume that I kind of strictly use during the winter time is the Black Opium perfume from YSL, and this is definitely by far the sweetest smelling scent that I have. It's a true kind of gourmand type of perfume, and I don't even have to put this to my nose. I just opened the lid and oh my gosh, that intoxicatingly sweet smell is already coming towards me. And this also has a kind of, I want to say maybe like a coffee scent to it. I don't actually drink coffee, but I do love the smell of it. I think that this is something that will definitely draw attention to you. It's also a very recognizable scent too. I could be walking past someone, and if they're wearing this, I automatically know what scent it is. It is probably one of the best ones when it comes to these gourmand smells. A lot of them are just way too much in my opinion, and I find that the good gourmand fragrances, the ones that don't smell like you just rub sugar all over yourself, those usually come from the more niche companies. And a bottle that is similar in size to this one can cost like a couple $100s, and since I clearly don't use this enough, it just doesn't make sense for me to spend that amount of money on a similar smelling perfume, because like I mentioned, I can't really tell them apart that well. So yeah, this will be more than enough for me as long as it doesn't go bad. And yeah, this is the last of my winter fragrances, and the next kind of category is the fruity floral fragrances. Those are scents that I would wear year round, whether it's really, really cold or super, super hot in the summer. I still think that the scents match pretty well with my body chemistry. So I'll start with this one from Hermes, and it's called Jour d'Hermes Absolu. So this I kind of got sold the idea of buying this because the sales associate told me, oh, this is a great reusable bottle. So if you use this whole bottle up, you don't have to buy a whole new one. You can just get a refill for this. And I thought, cool, that's great. And that obviously never was necessary for me because this is my first bottle of it and I'm only about half done with it. I don't think I've used up any perfumes aside from the one that is kind of the closest, I would say, to a signature scent of mine. So this, I would say, is a very kind of tart smelling, I want to say it's grapefruit. I think it has a very strong grapefruit scent to it. This one has a very good amount of staying power. So even by the end of the night when I come home and I'm taking a shower, I can actually still smell this when the hot water kind of hits my body. And then after that, the one that I would say is kind of not too sweet and not too tart smelling is this one from Versace, and it's the Bright Crystal. And this is, I'm trying to figure out what kind of fruit I smell in this. I have absolutely no idea. So this, I would say, is kind of like a very basic, maybe scent, but sometimes it just makes more sense to just get something that is basic and is more, I guess, universally accepted than something that is too powerful, like either the Black Opium one that I mentioned or the Chanel No. 5. Those are definitely unique, like you'll stand out. The only downside to it is it doesn't really last that long, so it mellows out pretty quickly after I first apply it, and then within a few hours it's basically completely gone. So what I used to do is Sephora offers sample size versions of this perfume pretty often, and I used to have a ton of the sample size sprays, so I just kept them in my bag and I had to reapply a few times during the day, just during a normal work day. And I've since ran out of all those sample size bottles. So yeah, since then, I don't really find myself reaching for this that much. And the last of the fruity floral scents that I wanted to mention is this Chloe perfume. I think it's just called Chloe Eau de Perfume. So this, oh my gosh, the bottle is so badly tarnished. It's actually really upsetting because if it wasn't for the tarnish, this would actually look really, really nice sitting on like your vanity or something like that. So this is, I would say, the most sweet smelling fruity floral of the bunch. I want to say, is this maybe like a lychee smell maybe? Not like a fresh lychee fruit smell, more like an artificial kind of syrupy lychee smell. So this is, I would say, a great representation of Chloe as a brand. It's kind of like whimsical a little bit. It's a little bit sweet, but not too like overpoweringly sweet. It's got that kind of, as if you're like wandering in a field. It kind of reminds me of that, and yeah, that's kind of what I think of in like a bohemian type of Chloe setting. So yeah, this is the last of my fruity floral perfumes, I think. Actually, there is one more. I don't know if that's the right category to place it in. Maybe it's like more of like a clean fruity floral, but it's the one that I think is probably, if I had to pick one as my signature scent, that would be this one, which is the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume. So this I've been wearing since I was in high school. This is maybe, it's gotta be at least my 5th bottle of this. And this was my wedding perfume, and this is the scent that my husband remembers me by. We actually went to high school together, so he remembers that if he smells this, it basically means that I'm nearby. So yeah, I guess this really is my signature scent. And there is a scent from Chanel. It's from their Chance line. It's the one in the pink bottle. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but that smells identical to this, like exactly the same. So that one costs maybe close to 2 times the amount of this one, and honestly, just get this one. There's no need to get that one, and the bottle of this is also prettier, so why not, right? So after this, which one do I want to talk about next? So I guess we'll talk about the scent that I'm not sure if it belongs to me or my husband. So this one is from Hermes. It's called Eau de Rhubarbe Éclaté. Écarlate. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry for butchering it. So this is supposed to be a rhubarb scent. I'll be completely honest, I don't really know what rhubarb smells like. It does smell really good though. It's supposed to be a unisex cologne, as with any of the Hermes scents in this type of bottle. The only thing about this that really infuriates me is that it comes with this lid that you can screw on, and it also comes with the spray bottle, but you can't have that lid on top of this one to cap it. You have to choose one or the other. So for a brand like Hermes, this just doesn't feel luxurious in my opinion. And the story behind this was we were shopping in Hermes, and it was around the Christmas season one year, and they were apparently advertising the scent, or what we think might potentially be the scent, and they were spritzing it onto these little sheets of paper, and then they were handing it out to people. And whatever it was on that paper smelled so good, but we just didn't feel like buying a fragrance at that time. So a few months later, when I purchased the scent from Hermes, I had actually asked the sales associate, what was that scent that you guys were spraying all over the store a few months ago? And they said that judging by the time frame that I had mentioned, that was when they first released this. So they were most likely advertising the scent. And still to this day, I can't remember if it was the scent, but this does smell pretty darn good. So I'll take it. And then after this, I guess we'll talk about this one, which is my most expensive perfume of the bunch. And I think that this one is actually very well loved by a lot of people who appreciate niche perfumes. So this is from a brand called Parfum de Marly, and the perfume name is called Delina. And this is a very strong perfume. It's a very tart, strong smelling perfume. And this is also supposed to be a rhubarb scent, I think. It does have hints of the same type of rhubarb smell, but it's also a lot stronger. And by the way, this lid weighs so much. Like if you toss this at someone, you could seriously hurt them. So there is also this little pink crystal at the top. So honestly, paying like $300 for this perfume, they better give something that's good quality. I think that this smells absolutely amazing. It's just that it is very strong, and I do think that is an opinion shared by a lot of people. They also say that it's kind of like a love it or hate it perfume. I just happen to love it, but my husband apparently hates it. I could just briefly spritz like half a spritz of this on and he'll be like, are you wearing that scent? So I don't wear this that often, especially given the price of this. So after this, geez, we're going through this pretty quickly. So I think the rest of them are all specifically summer scents in my opinion. So the first one we'll talk about is kind of like the most summery of the bunch, and it's this one from Sol de Janeiro, and it's called Brazilian Crush. And this is actually a body mist instead of a perfume or a cologne. So because of that, the staying power really sucks on this. I would say that it's gone by an hour after I apply this. So because of that, I don't really use this as a body mist. I mainly use this as a room spray because I just love the type of coconut summer scent that it adds to the air. And now that I think about it, I wonder if they make this in a candle form. Although I don't really burn candles in the summer, so maybe not. And I bought this when it was first released as a complement to their Boom Boom Cream, which has the exact same scent. And I love using that lotion, especially in the summer, because one, it smells amazing, and two, it does have this kind of like micro shimmer to it that just glows so nicely when you're wearing shorts or a skirt or something like that. And I bought this because I thought it would kind of amplify that scent, but the lotion actually smells a lot more stronger in a good way than this, so I never really felt the need to add this on top of that. And now I do think that they made a perfume version of this type of scent, so I'm considering buying this, but as you can see, I have so many perfumes that I'm kind of holding myself back until I declutter some of them. So after this, I want to talk about this one here, which is from Bulgari, and this is called Eau de Vert. It's green tea, however you pronounce it in French. So this is the scent that I bought because I was looking into buying this scent called Bamboo Harmony from this brand called Kilian. And that is like a niche perfume brand. So it costs, I want to say like $400. And they give it to you in this like really fancy type of like vanity case or something like that. So it's so over the top, but I was looking into alternatives that smell the same for like a fraction of the price. And this was recommended in a lot of reviews online, so I decided to get this instead. And yeah, there's no need to spend $400 on the Bamboo Harmony scent because this basically smells almost identical. And this is like the scent that I mainly associate with summer picnics. I think this is like the perfect scent for that type of occasion, and it's actually a really mellow, mild type of smell, so it's not overpowering at all, which is why I think it suits that kind of summer picnic vibe. And then the last perfume over here on this tray is this one from Victoria's Secret, and I call this my mosquito repellent. So I basically bought this because I read an article online that said this fragrance was better at keeping mosquitoes away than even like the specific targeted mosquito repellents on the market. So I thought, you know what? Better to spray this on me than whatever artificial lemon smelling scent that I can buy from Target. So that's the reason that I bought this. And as you can see, I've used a good amount of this up because when I know I'm going to be outdoors for a long period of time, I spray maybe like 20 sprays of this over my body. That sounds really extreme, but honestly, I don't think the scent is too strong, and it smells kind of watery, like watered down. So 20 spritzes has to last me the entire time that I'm outdoors, and better safe than sorry. I can't say for sure that it works, but what I can say is that I haven't gotten bitten by any mosquitoes when I'm using it. So either I'm lucky or it really does work. And this scent, I can't really describe it, but it's supposed to have some type of citrus note in it that mosquitoes don't like, which is why it works. And honestly, I'm not a super big fan of the scent. If it wasn't for that mosquito repellent quality, I probably wouldn't have this in my collection. And oh yeah, I didn't mention before, but it's called Bombshell from Victoria's Secret. And honestly, this isn't really the type of scent I would think of when I hear the word bombshell, so I'm not sure why they named it that. So yeah, anyways, these are all of my full-size perfumes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know just how informative it was, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, enjoy some of the little stories I have to tell. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. I do upload new videos every single week, and I'll leave 2 videos up on the screen for you to watch next, so I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.